And now, the reason we got out of bed this morning, for music and the spoken giggles, Singing Mama and Auntie B are our very own soulful duets.
Good morning, everybody. What? What's wrong?
Good morning, Danny. I love you.
Hey, Danny.
And Tanika.
And Tanika. She will be going back inside her here at work, and her back will be over when you start. Don't have your back over. It's okay.
Keep your back. It's an important piece of you. And we like you.
I will watch the replay for sure, like always.
Woohoo!
Back. LOL. I hate typos. LOL. I'm at break. I love you.
Our break will be over. Good. Good.
Hi,
We understand.
Sorry.
Hello.
I feel like I have lipstick on my teeth.
Probably do.
Do I?
I mean, you're too far away, but
We'll get closer.
it's hard to see to Vernal or wherever it is you live in some mystical place.
I can't see your freaking Vernal even though you're right in front of me. I don't know how to do it.
Hope you're having a wonderful day. It doesn't look like you have any on there.
Oh, thank you.
We love you, Danny. We love you, Tanika. And we love the other person who's watching. Yay, it's probably the kids.
And, yeah,
hi, the kids. We love you.
Yes, kidlings.
Mm-hmm.
Guys better be listening.
So good morning, everybody.
Good
You should
morning.
see her when you guys. I want to find a way to show you how she acts when those things are playing. It's amazing, hilarious, and she's doing like the last beauty tip things on her face in between. It's amazing. And then she gets on here and she's stunning. And I'm like, I got ready and I got on here like half hour early and I was ready. And she gets on here. No makeup on her face, nothing, and in 5 minutes, she's a beauty queen.
What?
What?
I would say beauty queen.
I worked so hard. None of it matters.
Poking yourself multiple times in the eyeballs.
Not today. Today I didn't even
That's
do it
good.
one time. I think that's the first time ever.
That's amazeballs.
I got it ready early.
Christy.
Christy! I love you, Christy.
I loves. And then divinely lighted. Nope. Divinely guided.
Boy, it's a day. It's the middle of the week. You can tell.
All the time.
Okay.
Would love some prayers and positive vibes today. Nope. Tomorrow. I have a hearing that has been delayed for months to gain more custodial time with my sons who are 3,000 miles away. I miss them so much. Oh,
we definitely
understand, and we will be sending you love,
absolutely,
and prayers, and all the positivityness.
Yeah, we definitely will hold you in our prayers and send some love and light, positive vibes your way for sure. Divinely guided.
I'm presuming.
Don't.
But maybe you're male. I don't know. Either way,
it doesn't matter when you miss your kids. You miss your kids, and you get that.
The name. I wanted to say, I feel you, sister, but I don't know if they're female. So I feel you, person.
We feel you. We understand. You're in our prayers for sure. Absolutely.
Yes.
And Christy Ledford. Oh, love. All the love. To all of you, all the love. We love you so much.
We love you so much. All the love for you.
Alrighty. Well, today, apparently we have decided to talk about, what was it again?
I don't know.
You wrote it. I mean, come on. I should have read it, but I did not.
Life can be unpredictable, unexpected, and miraculous.
Oh my heck. Oh my heck. Oh my heck.
My brain.
Huh?
Into my fingers.
Oh, I can't share a page I don't have open yet. Okay, I have the perfect song for this, and we did a duet. So it will be amazing. And right. What? What?
I said I like duets, and then I said you should do it.
I know. Totally do it.
You should totally do it.
We should not ever do it.
duet.
I know. You know too. You know.
Not
That's what made it funny.
That's
You
just
know.
wrong.
Don't
You
pretend.
just made it all gross and nasty, and now it's all manipulated to the wrong thing. You're in trouble.
I so much trouble all the time.
And Christy's laughing.
Yesterday I was in trouble. Today I'm in trouble. Okay, it says there's nothing for us. How is that possible?
It's
Did I
not.
spell it wrong? It's possible I spelled it wrong.
Did you put
Jamie
Mellow.
Melons.
Holly? No. Melons?
There we go.
Melons?
Yes, I did.
We are not melons.
I know, but it was funny.
Sometimes we look like we have melons. No, we don't.
My head's little. Said no one ever. I was born killing people, so
You're born killing people?
with my good looks, you know. I don't know.
That's a good way to end that.
I don't know.
What?
That was unpredictable, right? That's how life is.
So unpredictable.
Jamie Jaramelons. I don't know.
Nope. Like caramello, but with a J.
Except it sounds like melon.
Jaramillo.
I think I know you.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dom! That was out of tune.
Dum.
We love you, Dom. Yay! Why? Why is that happening? No.
Can you picture like a little chipmunk? Just like.
No!
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You didn't get to decide this one. I made it. Unpredictable.
She
It's in there.
climbs her knee and scrapes her knee. Her dress is about to tear.
She waltzes on her way to mass and whistles on the stairs.
And underneath her whimper, she's got colors in her hair.
I've even heard her singing in the abbey.
She's always late for chapel,
But her penitence is real,
she's always late for everything.
except for every meal.
I hate to have to say it, but I'm very firmly fear.
Sabrina's not an asset to the abbey.
I'd like to say a word on her behalf.
Then say it, Sister Margareta.
Sabrina makes me laugh.
Oh my gosh.
How do you solve a problem like Sabrina? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down?
How do you find a word that means Sabrina?
A flippin' human with a whisper cloud.
Many a things you'd like to tell her. Many a things she ought to understand.
But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say?
How to keep a wave upon the sand.
Or how do you solve a problem like Sabrina?
How to hold a moonbeam in your hand. When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused. I never know exactly where I am.
Unpredictable as weather.
She's flighty as a feather.
She's a darling, she's a demon, she's a lamb.
She'd outpester any pest, drive a hornet from its nest.
She could throw a whirling dervish out of world.
What the heck is that?
She is gentle, she is wild.
She's a riddle, she's a child.
She's a headache. She's a name,
She's a girl. How do you solve a problem like Sabrina? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Sabrina?
a whisper cloud.
Many a things you'd like to tell her. Many a things she ought to understand. How do you make her stay and listen to all you say?
How do you keep a wave upon the sand?
Oh, how do you solve a problem like Sabrina?
You're welcome. And
congratulations.
a flippity
A
That song was so perfect for my name because it fits like every. Probably not just for my name.
You're a
It's probably
flippity.
all of it fits, but it's fun. It's mostly fun, and we like the fun things. Now?
Clown.
Oh, I'm not a clown. I'm not a clown. Yes, definitely. Divinely guided, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We pray, all pray for you. We do this.
Please again.
Mm-hmm. That's a long ways. Are they across the country? So is it East Coast to West Coast?
Could be.
Huh?
It could be. I don't know.
Unless I don't know if it's continental here or if they're overseas or.
Well, how many miles is it from here to, say, France?
I don't know that. I know that across the country it's like 3,000. Huh?
So maybe they're in California and they're in.
Good job. You can do it.
Jersey. Let's say New Jersey.
Hey, there you go.
I don't know how many miles that is, but that's a long time ways.
Long time ways.
Long time way for you.
Across the state is hard.
Yeah, I know.
3 hours
away is hard.
Right. So 3,000 miles, that would be gut-wrenching. So we definitely will keep you in our prayers. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Also, I'm only happy that I knew 3,000 miles. I'm not happy that they are on the opposite side of the country at all.
Definite suckage.
Good. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we'll all keep divinely guided in our prayers. And definitely until we hear otherwise from you. And we hope that you will keep us updated on that. I have the dentist right after this.
Yeah, we need to pray for her for that because.
I mean, yes, definitely. We would definitely do that.
You're welcome.
We would do these for all the peoples because we love the peoples. And you're a people, so we love you. So I'm nervous, but I have a very heavy duty sedative. But see, that's good for while I'm there, but I'm also what you would call a heavy duty kind of person, so I couldn't be carried out. So I'm gonna need to be like take enough to keep me like not fighting people. Because they got to do their stuff, and enough that it's not so much that I'm out for hours.
Yeah,
and I don't know how much that is. Huh?
They'd probably just leave you in the chair.
Yeah, but I, as you so kindly pointed out, am a snorer, and so I have to try and figure out the line between what are they doing to that poor person in there and what the hell is in there. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
In here by chance?
Is there a bowl over there? Because it's snorting all the time. What?
He's just saying showing love. I just snorted.
Sounds like a purr. That sounds like The Grudge. I
don't like The Grudge. That is evil.
You did it. You did it, not me.
I don't like it.
You did it. You did it. You did it.
Maybe we can do that noise.
Chris does it all the time. I'd be like, stop it! No! Like treating you good.
Like I'm treating you good.
I do too, Dom. We hope like I'm treating you good.
I love autocorrect. It's so fun.
We all hope like I'm treating you good. And everyone. It's my favorite autocorrect. Oh. You say the oddest things in that. I called somebody fat and ugly, and I didn't even mean to. And then when I meant to, it came out very nice. What? Why? What is happening? It's the equalizer, guys. It just sets us all on the same. We're all good. We get it. So random stuff. Life thrown at you.
I'm smiling.
I'm so glad. I hope your job went well yesterday.
Yeah.
And we see him Friday?
Yep. We're gonna show
Yay!
off Friday.
Friday, Friday, Friday.
It's in 2 days.
Oh,
2 days away.
Maddox, did you write out those math problems and get
Mhm.
to saying them and get a rhythm going? Because I did one day.
He didn't do
Because we
it.
started yesterday. Well then, we start again today. Yes, another day. We begin. Just do it twice.
Mhm.
Okay. So anyway, what is something that has happened in your life that you felt impressed to do that was random, like was out of the norm for you, and you did it?
Out of
'Cause-
the norm?
Right.
I don't know.
Nothing.
Don't really give it much thought.
I had neither. Just an idea that popped in my head, so I said it. That's pretty normal for me, though. Pretty random.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Really? All right. Well, so much for that one. Yes.
Always the best.
I have how do I put this? When Chris and I first met, well, a little while after. Let's not. Anyway, you don't need all that information. That's stuff you don't even need to know. Why are you asking me? Quit asking me. I just want to tell a little piece, all
I
right?
want to know everything, right? Everything.
So we were outside, in. All right, read it out loud so people can hear you. Go ahead, interrupt me. Ah!
Great job yesterday. My family was patriots. I loved them and gave them some Hempworks coffee. LOL.
Excellent. Good job.
Good job, bud.
I think that's wonderful. So we were outside downtown, in the middle of Utah County, and it was at nighttime. And he was telling me how observant he was. He had to be because he needed to notice the area to be protective of his gal. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh. And when we went back to the place where we were from where we had been, and it was just him and I asked him if he saw the weird people, because you would think you would notice weird things that stand out from other people, right? There's one dude walking around with a top hat, okay?
It was Abraham Lincoln.
And like he had hair, looked like that kind of hat, and maybe just as old. And he had hair that was matted together like that Bob Marley guy. What's that called?
Oh, dreads.
Yeah, okay, so he had really long dreads. Okay, just probably as long as mine, but all of his head, And he had a bunch of them. And a top hat, no shirt.
Okay.
No shirt at all. Lipstick.
No. Definitely.
And he was wearing black pants, but over the black pants, he had like a feather on each hip that went to like his knees. It was the weirdest outfit I had seen to date, And so I figured you would notice someone like that because he came and stood right by Chris.
Oh.
And then walked away. Like he just came to stand there to watch whatever we were watching, and then he walked away. And I was like, "Did you see that guy?" He's like, "What guy?" I was like, "Well, the guy, the only the guy, like the only one."
I was standing right next to
Like everybody else looked mostly normal. This guy, no, he was standing out. And I said, "You said you were really observant," and he was like, "I am. You must have made him up." And I'm like, I don't make up that stuff. Like, if I was going to make something up, it'd be like Glenda, the good witch of the north, who came in a bubble, and that was amazing. I don't make up weird people in top hats with no shirts and lipstick and feathers. That's just weird. This is something that kept happening. Not the weird people, but we have different awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he feels that he's putting his emotional feelers out for danger. And I'm putting it out for what was
that?
Like, why? And I want to go talk to these people and try to figure out what's going on. Because sometimes I think crazy. See? Oh, man. But I hadn't. Up to that point, the stuff I saw was more demonic yuck. Not like
Yeah.
Why did that happen?
Like, that is interesting.
And
Why
so
did
I was going to go talk to this guy right while we were out there,
Mhm.
but I didn't because I didn't. It was weird, too much weird.
Mhm.
And now I wish I would have. I want to know what's going on with people like that. Like, why is this? Why?
Why did you dress like that?
What happened to make this happen? Because what if it's to get people to ask him questions and he's going to talk about a good cause? Or, what if he was hot? So he took off his shirt. The rest of it is just him. I don't know. Right? Like, so I just wanted to know. It wasn't hot, by the way. It was a little on the chilly side. So,
Because he looks weird.
right. So I want to go figure it out. And then they started having these things, the people of Walmart stuff, right? The
Oh, right.
pictures.
Mhm.
And then I was like, maybe I don't want to. Apparently there's a whole lot more
These are the people.
than I knew about.
Lord.
And before the pandemic,
Uh-huh.
I was afraid I was going to get captured as one of the people at Walmart. I sleepwalk.
You did not.
As far as I know. I don't know. But I sleepwalk. And what happens when I sleepwalk is like what happens in Vegas. It should just stay there and never come out again.
Come into the sleepwalk area.
But I know that people have cameras, and I'm just waiting for the day when they're like, is that an alien? Because she's glowing in the dark. And people don't glow. Okay. And I don't know where I'm going with this. That's all random. You're welcome. I don't know.
I think the point was when you notice something weird that others don't.
But like so weird. So
and they say that they're so
weird.
observant. I think that's actually how this world is going, though. I mean, if you really think about it, those that are awake, right, are truly, truly awake. We see all the weird shiznits that's going on out there.
We notice what, the big stuff that's not acceptable, right?
Right. And then those that still have their blinders on, that say they're being aware, aren't. And they're like, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with this Jabberwocky. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like the seasonal Jabberwocky that everybody gets. There's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe they've all been wrong. I don't know.
Experimental. Oh, this came to my mind the other day. I think can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. But the reason why it is free is because health insurance will not cover experimental things. So therefore, masses,
unless, because of what Trump did, if people have life-threatening stuff that no known
the emergency
accepted medicine will cover, then they have the freedom to explore experimental. And to me, when they're doing this experimental thing worldwide, that's telling me that everybody is on the chopping block, and they're just throwing that out. I was talking to Prayman about that this morning before this, right? I was talking to him about how a lot of religions will say, do this because I said so. And they'll use the name of God and say, see, I said so because I'm a godly person. And to me, that's the same as the government saying, see, I said so because I'm the government. I'm like, huh.
Mass murderers going out and saying they're doing it in the name of God.
Well, that's a little different than what I was saying.
I know, but people have done that in the name of God.
They have. But what I'm trying to say is I'm agreeing with you, right? The Jabberwocky, or you have to do these certain things or you won't be acceptable. And you should read that one by Dom.
He got grilled by his homies.
I do.
I think by two homies. I think the sleepy one is the prez. It was hilarious. Shake my head. You got grilled by them?
They think Sleepy Joe is sleepy? And it's hilarious?
It's hilarious that they think that he's really
He got my little joke. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so wait. They were talking about the orange dude?
No,
or
Sleepy.
okay, so you got grilled by them, and because you think that?
Because no, he got grilled by two of his friends that think that Sleepy is the actual president.
Oh, so they. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
I was like, what are you not understanding about this?
Slang is hard for me. All right. So I get stuck up on the word homie. So when you said friends, I'm like, hey, there it is. Click. Ta-da.
No,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm learning. I'm still learning.
They say that Joe is the president.
Well, he is. Just not of, us.
He's the president of his house.
Mm.
And if his house is white, then maybe that's the actual.
Oh, he did. Just saying. Okay, so did
the non-living persuasion?
Did you click on that link that I sent you about the aliens?
Mm-mm.
Do you have it on your computer? Because I sent it to that one. Can you play that for us all so you can watch it, and I'll know you watched it. Yay! Thank you, Overstand. Thank you for overstanding. I appreciate it. I struggle with the slang, y'all. I'm the one that really got me. Kathy was the one who introduced me to it. She says, "Boy, he really showed his ass, and that really chopped my hide." I was so lost, you guys. So lost.
Maybe it's the basement.
Like, did he moon you? Like, what?
She's like, showed his cards. Like he exposed all of his. Listen,
I'm trying, but you said exposed all his. I'm like, I don't want to hear anymore.
Like worries or his plans or his thoughts. He exposed his
She went on to say that he was a dick, and I'm like, he so many references to covered by pantsness. What does it mean? And she was like, he was basically an asshole. I'm like, more of the things I don't.
Under the pantaloons.
I just want to know what you mean.
He was a jerk.
Yeah, that's what she ended up saying. I was like, oh, okay, that I get. And she's like, and it made me mad. Oh,
it chapped her hide.
That's why it was funny. He showed his ass and it chapped my hide.
Yeah, it chapped my hide. So you know where that came from, right?
No.
So when cowboys ride their horses too long, they get, like chapped skin on their butts.
Chapped skin is.
And so it causes pain. Like it causes you annoyance. And so it chapped her hide. It caused her annoyance. It caused her pain.
So it was irritating.
Yes.
So he was a jerk, and that irritated her. Yes. Okay, see, now I understand. Is that true? Like literal? Or is it like...
He's a mooner. We used to remember our neighbor across the street that was engaged to two of your siblings?
Yeah, I do.
We used to call him Mooner.
Well, that's appropriate. Severely appropriate. Mm-hmm.
He showed all his cards a lot.
I don't want any references to anything. I just want to know exactly what you mean. What can't we just say exactly what we mean?
Because sometimes we cannot when we are live.
Oh, I mean slang.
I know.
Okay, you got it?
Slang is mandatory.
Okay, hold on before you play it.
Welcome to Tucker.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker.
This is Tucker.
Thanks, Tucker.
There have been things said on posts that were by the Q-man or woman or this. And
what?
Can you not hear me?
All I heard was there's been things that have been posted on blah 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 blah.
Hey, that's perfect. Maybe YouTube won't let me say it. You know where it's posted. You know where you go to get the truth. There. About
I show you.
There's going to be another big thing to keep your attention off of what's really happening. And one of them was the Great Alien Invasion. And this is a perfect example of the beginning of that. It's been on there for 2 years. So
this is on here for 2 years?
No.
Oh.
This is brand new. This was last night.
The post has been on for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. The one, yeah.
Carlson tonight. The United States remains the most powerful country in the world. That's the good news. What's interesting is that this country has occupied that position for so long that relatively few Americans have considered what would happen if we slipped from that perch. Would it matter if America became subordinate to other nations? There's a debate about that. Let's see. At work, does it matter to you who the boss is? It probably does matter. That's the person who can fire you. And the world isn't so different from that. The top countries give the orders. The rest of the planet takes the orders, whether they like it or not. We've lost sight of that because for more than a century, America effectively has been in charge of much of the world. And that's exactly why we have stayed rich and free for that time. Most Americans on some level understand that this is an arrangement worth preserving, if only because the options to it are so much worse. How'd you like to be forced to obey the Chinese Communist Party? Not so much. How would you feel about surrendering the US dollar as the world's reserve currency and immediately going bankrupt? No thanks. Most of us would like to avoid outcomes like that. And that's why we spend more than any country in the world on our military. There's a reason the Department of Defense is our largest government agency. It's not just because defense contractors are powerful. It's because we all agree it's really important. In exchange for all that money and all that power and all the little oversight we give it, we expect in return the Pentagon will stay up late thinking of ways to keep America strong. The question is, have they been doing that? When you can judge for yourself. Most of the generals we see quoted in the press seem more committed to meeting some counterproductive diversity goal, hiring more pregnant Air Force pilots, assembling the world's first transgender SEAL team, than on defending the United States. The conflicts the Pentagon says it's preparing for often seem comically small and outdated, almost from colonial times, whether it's wrangling with illiterate tribesmen in Afghanistan, that's very important, or ramping up for some new war against a remote group of buildings in Syria, wherever the hell Syria is. Can poor, irrelevant countries really be our gravest enemies? We act like it, but they're not. And that's been confirmed tonight, by the way. This nation's most formidable foe, the new defense secretary just told us, is the weather itself. Going forward, the U.S. military has declared a hot war on global warming.
Today, no nation can find lasting security without addressing the climate crisis. We face all kinds of threats in our line of work, but few of them truly deserve to be called existential. The climate crisis does deserve to be called existential.
Existential.
Does it though?
On television. That was Lloyd Austin, of course. Lloyd Austin is a former defense contractor. Now, he's a full-time ideologue as well. Having Lloyd Austin at the Pentagon is like taking control of the entire U.S. military to the editorial page of the New York Times. Here is Lloyd Austin explaining that the single scariest risk our soldiers face is the possibility they might have to serve alongside Americans who didn't vote for Joe Biden.
And if confirmed, I will fight hard to stamp out sexual assault and to rid our ranks of racists and extremists. The job of the Department of Defense is to keep America safe from our enemies. But we can't do that if some of those enemies lie within our own ranks.
He's a joke.
Jami, look at the private.
He was confirmed by the Senate as if he was impressive, but he's not. And the results are entirely predictable. A new report in Revolver News puts a finer point on what exactly is happening at the Pentagon under Lloyd Austin. Austin has hired an activist type called Bishop Garrison as the head of the military's vast diversity and inclusion apparatus.
Such a hateful guy.
Offices that has nothing to do with fighting and winning wars. Just spend 5 minutes Googling Bishop Garrison. Treat yourself. He's a lunatic. A few years ago, he announced that anyone who supports Donald Trump, that would be tens of millions of American citizens, many of whom have served in the military.
Right.
White supremacist. And by the way, he said, there's no room for nuance, quote, on that question. Garrison wrote a lot of things like that, again, like that. You can Google it. Again, you should.
You should.
Now,
all of you should.
He's one of the most powerful officials in the U.S. military. Democrats in Congress are thrilled as they watch this. Their party now has all the tanks and drones. What's strange is that Republicans don't seem to have noticed that it happened.
Why is that?
With speeches about the troops, and then, of course, signing off on ever-expanding defense budgets with no oversight. The effect? The same fighting force that for generations we have been so proud of, the people who stormed Saipan and Guadalcanal, have been captured without a shot by people who seem like the Google HR department. And its defenders, the defenders of the troops, can't be bothered to say a word about it.
Apparently, you are dumb.
Have they seen the Army's latest recruiting ad?
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California with a little girl raised by 2 moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality.
I love Tucker's response to this.
I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. A way to prove my inner strength and maybe shatter some stereotypes along the way.
I also march for equality. Oh, shut up. Who cares? Please stop talking about yourself for once. It is boring and irrelevant and insulting. This is not just your country. It belongs to all of us. Your job is to defend it. Please do so.
Right.
Yet it's becoming clear they have no interest in defending it. And here's the latest evidence of that. It comes from CBS last night. This is a clip from a 60 Minutes report on, of all things, UFOs and the U.S. military. Watch this.
Pay attention, okay?
A Navy aircrew struggles to lock on to a fast-moving object off the U.S. Atlantic coast in 2015. Recently released images may not convince UFO skeptics, but the Pentagon admits it doesn't know what in the world this is. Or this. Or this.
Pause it for a sec.
Oh, UFOs, they're spooky and kind of funny. Crazy people.
Okay, first of all, when you have, just throwing this out there, if you have new technology, are you going to tell the other side, the people that you're fighting, everything you have? Huh? You, no sound you.
I said nope.
Right, no. And are you gonna, I can't use that phrase there because I don't know if it fits. Are you going to show your cards? I could show that one. Tell that one.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
No,
you're going to bare your ass because you want them irritated. Ha! Look it. I think I did it. You want to irritate them, but you don't want them to know everything that you have, right? All of the weapons we have. So even though, see? So even though they're saying, oh, this is just, we don't know what it is. Oh my gosh, this fear-mongering crap.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean it's true. Especially think of who the people are talking right now.
Yeah.
People who are calling everyone who voted for our 45 as
Our
white
niner.
supremacists. Yeah, our niner, just like Dom pointed out. You must be, I guess.
One too.
Like, I don't know how that works, but I'm sure they'll find a way to explain it. But anyway, back to it. I just wanted to make sure that that's in your mind before all of this stuff. At least the idea.
Yeah. 19.
19. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I gotta go back to it.
People believe in them. Up until you get to the line, the Pentagon admits it doesn't know what in the world this is. And that's where you pause. Because from a national security perspective, that is a very big problem. How big a problem is it? One Navy pilot said that the U.S. military has observed unidentified flying objects maneuvering in restricted airspace off the coast of Virginia, quote, every day for 2 years.
17.
The Pentagon confirms these are images of objects it can't identify. Lieutenant Graves told us pilots training off the Atlantic coast see things like that all the time.
Every day for at least a couple of years.
Wait a minute, every day for a couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
Look at his face.
Every day for years. Now, flying in restricted airspace is not a small thing. Try that in your Cessna 172 off Virginia Beach sometime. You will get very wet very fast. You'll be killed, actually.
You die.
But the Pentagon, after every day for 2 years of daily incursions, didn't appear to do anything about it. Why didn't they? We're just
Why
guessing.
didn't
One
they?
possible explanation, they couldn't. Our military was completely outmatched technologically by whatever these were. And whatever they were not weather balloons. Here's
No.
Lou Elizondo, the former director of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program.
You know how this sounds. It sounds nutty, wacky.
Look, Bill, I'm not telling you that it doesn't sound wacky. What I'm telling you, it's real. Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles an hour, that can evade radar, and that can fly through air and water and possibly space. And oh, by the way, has no obvious signs of propulsions, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet still can defy the natural effects of Earth's gravity. That's precisely what we're seeing.
Sound like a potential threat? You think? So what has the Pentagon done about it? Well, we don't know the full story as of tonight, but we don't know that they've done anything about it other than ignore it and then cover the fact they ignored it by declaring the whole subject classified for decades and then spending the rest of the day thinking about how to bomb Syria again and rid the Marine Corps of people who voted for Donald Trump.
Right.
The sad thing is we have a whole new branch of the military that might be perfectly designed to assess what these things are and figure out if they're a threat or not, and maybe respond. If there was ever a reason to have Space Force, this might be it. But Space Force is otherwise occupied these days. They're busy conducting political purges of their own ranks, as all the branches of the military are. Here's Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Lohmeyer. He commanded a Space Force unit until the White House decided that his politics were not acceptable.
Oh, that's messed up.
Since taking command as a commander about 10 months ago, I saw what I consider fundamentally incompatible and competing narratives of what America was, is, and should be.
I bet.
That wasn't just prolific in social media or spreading throughout the country during this past year, but it was spreading throughout the United States military. And I had recognized those narratives as being Marxist in nature.
Yeah.
So every day for 2 years, unidentified flying objects behaving in ways that seem to contradict what we know about physics. And the U.S. military is spending its time, as of right now, purging its ranks. What does this remind you of? Maybe the Soviet Army, 1938? A clear and present threat appears on the horizon, but the people in charge are so obsessed with political purity and loyalty to the party that they can't respond because they're absorbed in attacking their own organization. When they say that all revolutions are the same, they're right. UFOs, it turns out, are real. And whatever else they are a prima facie challenge to the U.S. military. They are doing things the U.S. military does not allow, and they're doing it with impunity. And they appear to be focused on the U.S. military. UFOs for decades appear to have clustered around our military installations, our ships and our aircraft, with no real response except more secrecy. At one point, unidentified flying objects apparently shut down a nuclear weapons facility at an Air Force base in the state of Montana. 10 ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, were temporarily knocked offline. At the same time, base security noticed a glowing red object floating in the sky. It sounds like out of a movie, but it happened. That was decades ago. Many more UFOs have been sighted near our nuclear weapons facilities since around the country. According to journalist George Knapp, quote, all of the nuclear facilities, Los Alamos, Livermore, Sandia, Savannah Hill, all had dramatic incidents with these unknown aircraft appearing over the facilities, and no one knew where they were from or what they were doing there. Again, for decades, this has happened. Apparently, no one knows why. No one seems especially alarmed. In the 1950s, some people were worried about this. A declassified FBI document from 70 years ago describes unknown flying objects measuring 50 feet in diameter in the vicinity of Los Alamos. More recently, the Pentagon has declassified footage from a U.S. UFO incident in 2004 and 2 UFO incidents from 2015. You're seeing that footage. It was recorded by Navy pilots during training flights. We have no explanation for what these objects are. Just days ago, the Pentagon confirmed that an 18-second video of 3 UFOs harassing a U.S. warship called the USS Russell is in fact real. That footage was shot in July of 2019 and collected by the Pentagon's UFO Task Force, then wound up in the hands of Jeremy Corbell, the journalist who put it online. So the question is, what are these
Pentagon
things? Why are they buzzing our skies? Why do they seem attracted to the United States military? And why, above all, isn't the Pentagon more focused on this? It seems like a threat if there ever was one.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News.
I agree. And that's the point of this whole thing, Danny. You want to put that up there? It was commented a couple years back that this was going to be part of the distraction tactic, right? Part of the fear mongering. And so now that it's on mainstream, right? MSM.
It's coming out more.
We're just noticing that it's one more thing that now we can work our way past. So
check mark.
Here we are in this whole big thing. We're seeing a lot of things that were talked about a couple years ago coming to fruition. I just sent you a picture to that same place. Can you put the picture just by itself up there? Is that possible?
Yeah, let me click on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Any government with enough power to demand that you carry papers in order to move around freely is far more dangerous than CV-19.
Pretty get you in the like right here in
Yes.
birthday cake on the forehead kind of thing. Danny just wants to wake up these sleepers.
Mm-hmm.
When they hear conspiracy theories, it will become facts. Yeah, I mean it is right now. We're seeing it, and then hopefully more and more people will see it, and it won't be a complete mental breakdown when it's more broad spread and widely known.
Exactly.
And I thought that was something interesting that we could bring up because most people don't watch mainstream anymore that we, in our little circles here that are becoming huge circles. And it's just something that came up on my YouTube stream, when you're looking through stuff. And I saw it and I was like, no way. Bro, there it is. And so it's just one more thing we can mark off and say, okay, it's just one more proof we needed. You know what I mean? I don't agree with his assessment of it. It seems to me he's trying to cause more fear around it. But I do. Yes, Dom. Very, very, very true. But I do think it's important just to be aware of it, right? He's like, they've been here forever and we don't know anything about them. You don't know what we know. You don't know what they know. You don't know. We might not know, but chances are they have an idea.
Yeah.
And
there's a story not too long ago that came out about the guy that I guess was in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that one?
From Area 51?
I think so.
Yeah.
He was, part of the government or whatever, and he was mentioning how they were communicating with aliens and all this other stuff, and he's just like, so they know that stuff's going on, but they're just saying that they don't so that they can confuse everybody more?
I don't think so. I think that the more information you have, the more power you have.
Right.
Right? If people are dumb, then you have a lot of power over them.
Right.
If people are swayed by emotion instead of by logic and reason, you have more power over them.
Right.
So while it's important to use the emotions we have, it's also important to understand that there are many that will try to manipulate them. Like that little PSA I did yesterday about the person from Switzerland who wrote to me in Indonesian and claimed to be in the military working against ISIS, wanting me to take a bunch of money, hold on to that for them.
And they would meet you.
And I must be a special person because they prayed before they emailed me and knew that I would not share that information with anyone because of how important it was. And it was all about money and the rest of it was a lie and, stuff. So I think most of the things from someone who's trying to only use emotional tactics instead of logic and reason, if it's only emotionalism, chances are it's a lie.
They're preying on people's emotions.
So it's important to be aware, but not to fall into the fear.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, my favorite part is still shut up. All right. Just shut up. I mean, you have a life. Every single person has a life. Every person's important. This is all true. But when you join the military, you don't join the military to make clandestine appeals to morality, to the public. You join to defend. It kind of is like a slap in the face to everybody I know who's been in the military or is in the military.
Right.
Right? So that's something that just happened.
What?
I'm a bit distracted, and it's not anybody's fault, because Chris is going to be taking me to the dentist, and so I'm we have to leave in like 15 minutes, and so I'm getting a little like I'm feeling the feels, I'm about going and stuff. So
Danny says
yeah.
that he's surrounded by him as well, and that she's the crazy conspiracy lady. Her response is, "Wait until you find out all the facts."
There was a Peanuts cartoon that said people who have, what is it? Something to the effect of people who have ideas about the future. They're called fanatics and crazy until it happens, and suddenly they're geniuses.
Yeah.
So y'all geniuses, just wait, just hang in there.
Just wait for your time.
All right, just it's gonna happen. I have to tell you guys, I love you. I love you so much.
Love you too.
I mean, yeah, you too, of course. I love you.
Love you all.
I got super serious for a little bit there. Whew. I said that yesterday 175 million times.
175 million times? You counted all of them?
Wow, you sure it was 175,001? That bumped it up to million. Sorry, that's too many zeros. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot of times.
It's true. Oh, you guys, I'm just getting nervous, so now I'm just get quieted.
Should we pray?
Yeah, I'm okay. No! Yeah, I'm fine. I don't want to go, but I'm going to go because it's important. No! It's important that I do. So important. Fine. Fine.
Switch it a little bit. You're fighting it.
I need to have Kevin. Help me breathe, Kevin. I need to breathe it, but I don't want to. I want to more just pass out, which is probably what's going to happen after stuff. But yeah, like that. I want to like that one. You just did. When you do that, it reminds me of the Cowardly Lion. I don't know why, but every time you do, I know you're trying to snore, but yes, that. Oh, I know. I know it will help. I know. I know. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to have you read something in a Scottish accent.
Okay.
Okay, and I think that Maddox will appreciate it.
Oh, is it Hamlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I love Hamlet, and I love Scottish accents, and I love you. See, all the things.
Breathing.
Huh?
Work on your breathing, Danny says. It will help, but it's the dentist, so that's a bit hard.
Right? I know. It's like...
Breathe through your nose.
But
I can't see that.
You can't see that?
It's really tiny. Yeah, it doesn't help. I have to make the whole screen big.
There you go.
First, here is Hamlet's soliloquy. Soliloquy in its entirety. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep, to stay we end the heartache, and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin, who would for Dales bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied, or with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and movement, with this regard, with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia.
Yay! That's all. Very good, very good. I love that.
Thank you.
See?
Ugly.
He's not. He's not ugly at all. And I thanked him, by the way, for not being ugly.
I appreciate it.
I do too. Isn't she good at it? I'm a fan. So he's the one that said, after he told me that the other dentist had sealed in the infection.
Totally screwed you over.
Yeah, well, he didn't say those words, but yes. That's why I've been sick a lot and whatever. But he also said, he didn't say, trust me, I can make this better. I'm a good guy. He didn't do any of that. He's the one that said,
I want to earn your trust.
Yes, let me earn your trust. Very, very good. What an amazing thing to say. Right?
Just as we want to earn your trust.
You should just keep it up. Everybody loves it. Just start saying random stuff. Say, open the pickle jar for me, please.
Could you open that pickle jar for me, please?
Oh, I love it. Say your bum's out the window.
Your bum's out the window.
I love it. Okay. Say, do a tongue twister. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Yeah, do that. That's awesome. I want to see.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Oh, so good.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Oh, so good. You guys love it. You know it. Can you sing with that accent?
I don't know. British people sound American when they sing, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but I think you could say, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Do you want for me to do that in British?
No, he wants you like.
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
That's excellent, but do it in Scottish.
Pardon me, but do you have any Grey Poupon?
Oh, that's awesome. I know. Say.
You froze.
Huh?
You froze again. Now you're good.
You sure?
Yeah, I can see you moving.
I'm not moving.
Yes, you are.
Say birthday cake melting all over your head kind of day.
Birthday cake melting all over your head kind of day.
Oh, yeah.
What about a whole show of accents? That would be so much fun.
Well, do we have any guests tomorrow?
I don't remember. I have to look at it.
If we don't, we'll do that tomorrow, Miss Danny.
Yeah, we have Adam.
We're going to do that tomorrow with Adam.
Hopefully he can do some accents. Because that would be quite amazing.
It would be. Can you slip over into Irish? I love it.
I really need to get Irish right now. Ay, your palms out the windy.
Gone.
Your palms going out the windy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta go because I gotta
Oh yeah. Okay.
get stuff taken care of. So we pray for our friend, and it was up here. Divinely something
Divinely
guided. Yeah. So we're definitely gonna pray for divinely guided, for all the children, everybody who's written to us, because I gotta cut this short, but God knows who they are. Everybody on the other side of the screen, and
here we go.
Yeah, in your accent, Scottish.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the
Very good. And you're blessed. Bless. Throw it at your nose. Bless your nose. You're welcome. Bless. Right in the heart. Good job. Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to put that on my head. Ooh, that was a lot. I feel all blessed now. Okay. We love you guys, and we will see you again tomorrow, 10:30.
Listen you. Ooh.